From the second one, I took one of Anakin's braids. He had that little like braid hanging down. Then I lost it, you know, so that's not very helpful. Hey there, GQ. I'm Natalie Portman, and today I'm going undercover on the internet. It's actually me. Let's check Twitter. I don't think we appreciate Thor nearly enough for just how immensely weird it was. Sir Anthony Hopkins, Idris Elba, Natalie Portman fresh off an Oscar win, Kat Dennings as the comic relief, directed by Sir Kenneth Branagh. What a lineup for a superhero flick. Thanks. That's really nice. I also feel like so much of it is funny because they had such trouble with like schedules that a lot of people weren't there at the same time. So we'd also be like doing scenes with some guy that looked a lot like Anthony Hopkins, but wasn't Anthony Hopkins, but wearing his wig and costume and saying his lines. So there was a lot of unusual stuff in the filming process of that too. I thought it was so cool to have Kenneth Branagh doing a Marvel movie because he had been so renowned for his Shakespeare adaptations, and it seemed so ripe to take this like Norse mythology and treat it with that kind of Shakespearean family saga feeling. So it always seemed like an inspired choice. Is Natalie Portman really can ballet? That's the best sentence structure. I love that. I definitely learned a lot of ballet for Black Swan. I can't do it now at all. I'm quite out of shape for that now. And also, of course, I'm nowhere close to a professional ballet dancer, but I can a little ballet. Does anyone else ever think about how weird it is that Ashton Kutcher, who is married to Mila Kunis, did No Strings Attached with Natalie Portman the same year Mila Kunis did Friends with Benefits with Justin Timberlake? The movies had the same basic premise. How is it not weird? It's weird. It's totally weird. Correct. I wonder, are we going to see Natalie Portman as Jackie O again? Excellent question. I cannot reveal the answer to that. Instagram. What's on your summer reading list? I'm reading The Postcard by Anne Burrest. I want to read the biography of X. Then I'll try and find a mystery or something fun to dig into as well. I'm into everything. Actually, I've been really into like kind of nature science books recently. I loved An Immense World by Ed Yong. That was my last great one I read. I also love Gathering Moss by Robin Wall Kimmerer. I get kind of nerdy with my like books about nature. I love it. Thanks for doing this work. I've dreamt of a league like this since the 80s. You rock. Lifelong dream to live through this moment for women's soccer. That's so nice. I'm so happy to hear that. I feel the same way. I was so inspired as a teenager watching the 99ers and then to get to be part of it today. And I was also so inspired by the last Women's World Cup with Megan Rapinoe and Alex Morgan, Kristen Press, just leading the way for women's equality while killing it on the field. I love in soccer that one player's goal is a win for the entire team. And I think that's such an amazing model for women where we've so often been socialized to be pitted against each other. And so that kind of win for all mindset is incredible. And then also it's the most popular sport in the world. And in the US, we have the best female players in the world. So why wouldn't we capitalize on that with our home league? Okay, from Reddit. Say what you want about the prequels, but the costume design was amazing. It was amazing. This one is pretty incredible. It's got such like kind of Japanese elements. From the second one, I took one of Anakin's braids. He had that little like braid hanging down. Then I lost it, you know, so that's not very helpful. Any chance that Padme Natalie Portman returns to Star Wars? Her character really deserves it with the way she was treated in Revenge of the Sith and overall importance for the OT story. I have no information on this. No one's ever asked me to return, but I'm open to it. Did Taika Waititi forget Natalie Portman was in Star Wars? He says he did because he like asked me if I wanted to be in a Star Wars movie. And I was like, I was. I thought he was joking. He's such a joker that I thought it was a joke. And then afterwards, he said in some interview that he like was cringing afterwards. What movie's ending leaves you wanting a sequel, but at the same time you're afraid of a sequel because it would ruin the movie's ending and legacy? A sequel to Leon the Professional, where Natalie Portman is all grown up and carrying the torch. You could call it Matilda the Professional. I completely agree. It would be really cool to have a sequel, but the first one is so beloved by so many people that I wouldn't want to mess it up. YouTube. Natalie Portman was my favorite actress, and now she's also my favorite rapper. That's so nice. I really enjoyed doing the rap. It was a way to kind of show a different side of me than people had thought and poke fun at myself a little bit. They just kept being like, be angrier, just angrier, keep screaming, more anger. And the direction was very surprising. I didn't know to expect that. I would be so starstruck if I saw Natalie Portman. I wonder who she gets starstruck by. Well, that's so nice to be starstruck by me. I'm starstruck by these soccer players. So when I get to meet Kristen Press or Abby Wambach, I'm in awe of them. But also I get really starstruck by writers. I got to meet Rachel Cusk recently and Deborah Levy, and I get really in awe of them because writing beautifully is just like the greatest gift. Now on to Quora. Was Natalie Portman okay being written out of the MCU? I wasn't aware that I was written out, but I feel like I participated in 3 films of the MCU, so I'm very proud of that and happy I got to do that. Does Natalie Portman speak fluent Japanese? No, I wish I did. I took Japanese in high school. I can count and say basic greetings, but unfortunately, I do not speak fluent Japanese. I speak Hebrew fluently, and I speak French okay. Okay, from ChatGPT. You have starred in many popular films throughout your career. Which character has been your favorite to portray and why? Wow, ChatGPT is boring. I loved playing Jackie Kennedy. That was fun because I felt like she just had this great wit and wisdom. You've been an advocate for various social and political causes such as animal rights and environmentalism. What motivated you to get involved in activism? How do you use your platform to make a positive impact? This is like pageant questions. When I care about something, I want to talk about it. I want to make it better. I feel like we each have our part to play. And I am lucky enough to have a platform, so hope to use it in the right way. TikTok? Why didn't you use a bald cap? I'm assuming that means a bald cap. Bald caps look really fake, and it was actually really cool and liberating to shave my head, I have to say. All that stopping and going for a film as complex as Black Swan must have been excruciating. Yes, that's actually totally true. Emotionally, it was really hard. I think the dancers weren't expecting to have to repeat as much as they had to for filming, and I think it was really hard on them physically. Since when was Natalie a soccer fan? So cool. Yeah, it's definitely unexpected for me. I'm not athletic at all. I have not really had a huge interest in sports, and then I was so energized by the women in the last Women's World Cup. When I saw my son wanting his Rapinoe jersey, I realized that it could be such an incredible culture shift if kids had female athletes to look up to in the same way that they had male athletes. And the athletes are there and they're already very popular, but they're not being valued the way they deserve to be. Okay, that's it. I am signing off the internet.